Hail to the hail. The Celts are here. Good to see you all. You asked for it. You voted for it. We're here for what I think is probably going to be one of the weirdest streams of my life. We're watching Hearts versus Rangers, which is it's probably one of the most unique games, I think. I was thinking about this earlier today because I knew we were going to be coming to it. But as a Celtic fan, I have never set up to see a game like this ever. Like, it's just, even in years gone by, like when I was younger, when it would be between Celtic and Rangers to win the title, the split fixtures, like quite famously, a few times they would decide, how it would land eventually, but not like this. Nowhere near like this. This is a very different occasion in a lot of different ways. So I was quite happy to entertain the idea of watching it because I think this is a first for me as a Celtic fan. I don't really watch Rangers games, to be honest with you, like period anyway. But for the whole situation we're in, the picture as it stands right now, very much a new experience for me. And maybe some of you will be watching it with me and you'll be feeling the same way. Maybe some of you are of an older generation and you can maybe it wasn't all televised, but you can maybe just about remember a time where this was a situation, this was a day-to-day life, or this was the end of a season. It was a kind of semi-unusual thing, So we've got the teams out. Well, I'm not too sure. Like, I'm not planning on like hardcore keeping up with the game the way I've been doing with the Celtic watch-alongs. I was in two minds between calling this a laugh along or the hate watch. You guys really seem to enjoy the hate watch chat, so I went with that with the title of the video. But I'm hoping we can just kick back, relax, and have some fun and laugh. Just a bunch of carnage. I'm looking forward to a few red cards. I'm looking forward to some injuries. I'm looking forward to dodgy decisions that rile everyone up and all that kind of good thing. My gut tells me Hearts win this. Personally, I think Rangers losing to Motherwell last week is a huge confidence shatterer. And if Hearts score first, which I think they probably do, it could be lights out. It could be lights out for Rangers. Now, I must say, both teams line up in this game, and I say I don't follow them particularly closely, but quite unusually versus what I thought I was going to see today. To start with the visitors, they are going with a midfield three of Chukwueze, Raskin and Diamande. I'm not too sure I've ever really seen them try that too much, with the manager quite famously wanted to play two up front. Nadiri drops to the bench. Miovski doesn't start. It's Chermite, the big game finisher, who starts the line here. Skov Olsen and Moore, who's just won Young Player of the Year, I think, for the division, for the league. On the wings. The back four sees Sterling going to left back and Captain Tavernier drafted in for this one. Captain disappointed to try and get them over the line in a big 6-pointer with Butterfingers in goals here. And when it comes to the hosts, like the back four, quite recognisable, not really much of a surprise. Even the engine room, Beningame and Leonard. Keziridis has been ever present. We know what we're going to see from Braga. I almost said Brankland there. Braga and Shankland. Maybe that's what we should call them. Brankland or something, whatever their combo name would be. But this guy Chesnikov was much lauded back in the autumn. It's like, oh, Hearts have already signed some guys, and this guy Chesnikov is a player, and he's not really done much yet. He comes in to start, and I think we're going to see it be quite 4-4-2. I do think that's the thing about Braga, is he's not quite on Dyson's level of repeat pressing, but he's certainly in the same category of him, the same weight class as him when it comes to just the intensity that he can provide. But he does have a bit more in front of goal, as we've seen with the numbers this season, certainly anyway. Keziridis has got a bit of that in him without, knowing these guys intimately. I do expect Hearts to try and really get after Rangers, similarly to when they played against us. They didn't recoil. They didn't go into their own half. They've basically only dropped points, I think, in a draw to Rangers so far when it comes to the Glasgow team. So, or was it a loss? I forget now, but they've been doing pretty well. They've got some guy in a purple jacket singing a song here. They're really trying to catch up to Hibs, aren't they, with the sunshine on Leaf efforts? Who is this guy and what are they even singing? There's Tony Bloom with his wee maroon jacket and his blue iPhone case, obviously Brighton colours. Good question, John. Scoreboard, please. Yeah, I've got an R page here where we can look at the ratings and the score and whatever. So I'll flick between that. I've got the league table as well. We'll probably get some live action going on this as we unfold. And yeah, it's just with this system, there's no way to. What's a widget? Nah, I don't think any of these extra accessories on the system can do two things at once. So if I'm maybe painting pictures with this, we won't see the score, but I'll go back and forth. I'm not planning on hardcore sitting, painting all the pictures, moving all the boards across. But I do think, number one, for our point of view, it'll be interesting to watch Rangers ahead of us playing them next week. And I think what we're going to see from Hearts, if I can be honest, from either probably Leonard, but maybe Beningame, but probably Leonard, is the little missing element that we've had in our team over the last couple of games is just that extra midfielder who I'm sure this guy's going to get into the box on occasion, but one thing I've seen with this lad already is he can open up a defense. You know, like he can actually play the ball in between lines. He can actually find the target man. He can initiate a route to goal, a point of attack, and his range of passing. From the little bits I've seen, I would say I haven't not really watched Hearts too often. I'm expecting to see a bit of that from him, and us probably going, yeah, that's what we need, a wee bit of that in our midfield. But yeah, Braga on the press. Shankland won't be too far away. And my gut tells me at the end of this game, Rangers fans are going to be bemoaning not signing Shankland. It's a song we've heard sung before, and it's just what I can imagine hearing once we get to full time. Rangers, of course, going to be really trying to get their wings in play here. But with this midfield, I expect they're trying to get Raskin loose and have basically just two bodyguards allow him to roam and create. And that's maybe something Celtic could benefit from tactically with like a McGregor kind of protection kind of situation. But with that kickoff, now I am behind you guys, right? Because I've torn a piece off the blazing tree, as it were. Read in between the lines there if you can. So I've got a wee delay on that, but I'm also talking to you through the internet. So it's also a latency delay. So I'm at 30 seconds, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. If you want to sync up with me, you're probably going to be a wee bit ahead of me. If you don't care, then cool. If you do care, I'll maybe give you another timestamp again in a second to help you line up with me. The game's kicked off now. Donny Tiny Hands, we're in. I think Hearts win. A draw is probably the best thing numerically for Celtic. A Rangers win isn't that bad for us when it comes to the Hearts perspective, of course. But I want Rangers out of it. I want to see them demoralised and lose here. I really do. They're on the break from a set piece ball, and it's Skov Olsen into pace. Cuts it back quite poorly there for Raskin. And number 10, that'll be Diamande. Picks it up, lofts it into the box. Not a bad ball. Not a bad ball, not good enough. Swallows on top of it. 1 minute 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We've got a poll running. What result do you want to happen? So let me know that in the live poll. I'll leave it running for a couple of minutes. We've had a good amount of votes on it already. The raving majority says draw. Red cards for Rangers would be good today. Let's take this one. So Rangers have only got Chermiti up. Not really much of a press. Hearts have got them penned into the defensive half. I don't know who that was from wide. Was that maybe no, it's Kizaridis. Oh, Kizaridis is on the right, it would seem. Not sure if that was aftermath of a set piece, but it looks like Kizaridis. Yeah, he's on the right still. Is he? Yeah, he's a right footer guy, so he's normally coming in on that left side and shooting. But if he's starting on the right, that's for crossing. I see Kingsley is quite high and wide on the left-hand side here. So the boy Chesnikov is maybe a bit more central, actually. I think see Braga ahead of Kingsley here. Yeah. So a wee bit different to what I would have expected. It feels like the boy Chesnikov is in the middle of the pitch somewhere. I don't really know him to see, but recognise Braga and Kizaridis at this stage of the season. Chokrani and Diamande just control possession a little bit here along the halfway line. Hearts set to press, and yeah, Chesnikov is very much second striker alongside Shankland, with Braga more left of the four. Rangers have got no pressure on the ball. They're on the other side of the D with Fernandez or Jigga. I'm not too sure the difference between the two of them. Who's on right and who's on left? Right is number 4. I think that's Jigga. They hit it long from the keeper. Finlay heads it down into midfield, and Leonard is bundled over by Raskin. And it's beaten. Hearts take the free kick quickly. Quite tentative from Rangers so far. They're not really looking to engage Hearts when Hearts are in their own half. Rangers are quite happy. Like Shamiti's paying a bit of lip service here, going towards the keeper before he kicks it long, but Rangers really want Hearts to come into their own half. Oh, Chesnikov or Braga peels into the left wing area there, and Chukwuani or Jigga, one of them. Jigga, I think that was, brought the guy down, but he kept on going. Braga got into the box before losing out. Rangers cleared it. Chermiti gets a head on it, but no one's beyond him, so it just goes through to a defender and then to Swallow as he plays it out to the left to Stuart Finlay. I love this one, Michael Ross. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really nervous. I don't think there's a bad outcome here, really. I think the only thing I would consider in the negative kind of realm would be a Rangers win. I wouldn't be a fan of that. Although the silver lining to that would be taking 3 points out of Hearts' tally. But yeah, I'm not too sure there's a bad result here, really, is there? Rangers are not getting anyone sent off anyway, are they? A draw is, I think, a draw is good maths. A draw is good maths, isn't it? Just 1 point each, 2 points dropped for both. I'll close the poll there, right? So the majority of you want a draw, right? So now, what do you think? It'll be slightly different question. Maybe the same answer. That's fine. Let me know your thoughts. Rangers look to bring out the ball to a chorus of boos, something that they will find familiar. Ball goes out for a Hearts throw, but they say it's a Rangers throw. Cheating beating's going with the linesman. Yeah, Rangers won't get a man sent off, will they? Oh, we'll do a penalty to Rangers next. That's no problem. We'll go for. We've got plenty of time for polls, Edward. A Rangers win means we can afford a draw and 2 wins to win the league. I don't really. No, I don't trust us, but I would be nervous about next week if Rangers are still in the picture. I still think we beat them and stuff. I'd rather they were dead in the water, but it'd be so much more fun. Like, imagine losing to Motherwell and then Hearts. Yeah, I mean, then that's it out of the first 2 games. Because for me, they had the best fixtures out the 3 teams. Obviously, Motherwell, no one's calling that an easy game, but had they beat Motherwell, then Hearts, they come to Celtic Park, top of the table, needing a draw to control their destiny for the final 2 games. Nobody else has had control like that with the way the fixtures have went. Like, no one else could have really controlled all that. Destiny in your own hands type stuff, you know. Bottom it at Motherwell, and then if I think Hearts do them, I can feel it. Hearts are up for it, man. They're not shrinking. Rangers are looking okay, but they are very mistake weary. You know, they are eager to just not put a foot wrong. We're still in the 7th minute, 7 minutes, 27, 28, 29, 30. So still the opening stage of the game. Rangers, I think, very nervous. Hearts also a wee bit there as well. Big kick from the keeper goes to hit Kingsley. And we'll maybe stick this on screen for a minute. But yeah, Hearts. Kingsley's very much wide left. Chesnikov's like a second striker. Braga's kind of going in between spaces here. Kizaridis is very much on the right. This is a bit back three-ish. You know, this is kind of the wide options. And I'm not really seeing enough of the front line to think about. But yeah, Chesnikov and Braga roaming off each other. And then Shanklin's the third man. So it's a 3-man attack they're trying to run, essentially. And with Kizaridis and Kingsley, that's their width. With Rangers, it is kind of just what you'd imagined for the way they lined up. Nothing too inventive beyond that. They play it down the right here. Tavernier and Skov Olsen. Nice ball over the shoulder for Diamande or Chermiti. None of them get to it. Chermiti's kind of half taken out. I'm not really too sure about that. I don't care enough to complain. The ball goes through to the keeper. Anyone watching this on a non-paying website? What's the one that's good? Is it something Afwa News or Awa News, or it's a funny one that's got news in the name. It's good. Fawa News. I think that's meant to be good. His Goals is the old school one. I used to really like, was it called Lemon Sport? The problem with all those websites, but is you get like multiple links per match, and like there's maybe like 8 one of them works. The rest of them randomly are like click bait for like pop-up ads and stuff. So it's a bit of phishing. It's not good on a phone, most of these things. Camel TV, somebody says. Yeah, I heard Camel TV recently. Somebody recommended that. Need a VPN. If that one is still good with a VPN, somebody's saying. It's actually kind of sunny, isn't it, in Edinburgh right now? So many boos. So many boos. Both these teams love boos, don't they? They just love to boo. The orcs versus the zombies. They all have a boo, don't they? They all have a wee snarl. We're angry and we hate people. Got to sail the high seas. Got to sail the high seas for games these days, man. When I had a studio for 2.5 years. Some of you guys on the Celtic content might not know that, but my other content did very well, very quickly. Still does well, obviously, but I kind of took a studio on, ended up in there, I think maybe 3 years, give or take. And I had 3 tellies on the wall, and I would go in every weekend and watch like all the football that was televised. And I didn't want to do the whole sailing the high seas, so I got like every subscription. And I was like, screw it, I'll just guarantee quality and coverage and all that, and be able to sign into different TVs on different stuff. And it was a fortune, man, like a genuine fortune to have everything. And I tried to be cute with it, like cancel Premiere when nothing was on it, or blah blah blah, whatever. But especially when MLS went to Apple, no, that's really expensive, but it's just an additional thing thereafter. Whereas MLS was kind of sneaking into Sky once in a while, which was all right. La Liga TV got its own thing, and I actually think that I actually do not grudge. I still pay for La Liga TV. I really do not grudge that at all. It's very good quality coverage. Cameras are quality. Football, I like the football in Spain a lot, and even all the shows they do, the replays, everything. They even just do like kind of historic throwback things. Braga does Tavernier here, cuts inside on the right. It's a decent cross, but he's kind of blind to nobody. Comes to the right hand side. Is that Steinwender or something? Or Magnuson? Ball goes back in. Oh no, it's Kizaridis. Looks a wee bit different there. Ball kind of bounces about a wee bit. It's a wee bit of a challenge. Rangers have got the ball with Mikey Moore, who kind of does a wee step over or so, hits the ball down the channel, try and get to the halfway line, doesn't quite make it. Is that a Rangers throw? McInnes is getting nothing today. He's raging. Rangers switch it from left to right. Braga gets across the cover. Yeah, Braga's very much more than left player. Kizaridis right. Oh, who's that, by the way? Mikey Moore. Nice run. He crosses there. I think a better player shoots. There's nobody really on there. Rangers now getting a wee bit of a comfortable bit of possession all of a sudden. 12th minute in. Raskin's kind of dribbling down the left here. Gets a decent ball away. It's like one of those Ralston cross shots, you know. Keeper gets a palm on it. It's a corner. Game's kind of going in quickly. Isengard versus Mordor, exactly. Just juggle my subscriptions depending on fixtures. That's probably the best thing to do. CJC. We time check, of course. Sorry. For me watching, I'm at 1301, 1302, 1303, 1304, 1305, 1306, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rangers have got a corner. Tavernier's got his arm in the air about to swing it in. I see the whole chaos ball chat. Like, is there chaos ball here? Like, I think that term's been kind of killed. Like, because I don't even think Ange was chaos ball, and that's the thing that kind of pet peeve, to lack of a better expression, for me. Is actually on this, the Hearts formation's actually changed a bit here now, hasn't it? It's got Braga as the centre forward, which is just blatantly wrong, but bit of a corner chance there for Rangers. No real shots to test the keeper, but the commentator got excited. Yeah, temperatures went up in the game until it goes back to 24 for Rangers. I think that's Jigga. Just puts his foot on the ball. Diamande again going back. Diamande thinks he's McGregor now, doesn't he? Jigga into Raskin. Yeah, the three of hearts. Shankland is on the right. Chesnikov is more central. Braga on the left when the three present themselves to press. But Shankland's up front out the three of them. Mikey Moore came really deep to get the ball there, tried to drive through the middle of the pitch, got a bit of a rough tackle but lost possession. And then Chuck Ruani stepped in on the Hearts player and gave away a foul. Hearts have got a free kick in around the halfway line now. Plays it safe to the centre back, and Halkett and Finlay are now acting like Scales and Trusty. They're just playing it between themselves. They find Leonard. Spins on the ball, plays it to the right back. Kazaridis on the right side drifts all the way into the centre circle, plays it to Finlay at left centre back, who goes all the way out to Kingsley at left back, scoops the ball into space for Chesnikov to run to. Jigga makes a bit of a hook clearance kind of thing. The ball bobbles around. Shankland is struggling to kind of bring it down. Ball bounces around, forces Sterling in at a clearance, and they buy a very well positioned throw in quite high up the pitch on the right hand side as they're shooting towards the goal. Kazaridis, I think, with the right foot there, big cross off the man, almost buys a corner, but it's kept inside. And I think it's a Steinwender now and Kazaridis on the right hand side trying to find a bit of a gap. Rangers defending very similarly to what we've seen from Hibs yesterday, 2v2 on the wing, and then there was a kind of shield of three, but it's kind of went down to two now. Kind of block out, penetrate. That's Leonard that's moved out to the right wing. Again, support from the midfield to the winger. Halkett's going forward for the throw in. And Finlay. McInnes is pulling all the tricks out for this one. Oh, nice wee flick on. Second ball wasn't for Hearts. It was all Rangers. They've cleared it to Chermiti. Takes a touch or two, drops it to Diamande. Gives it back to Chermiti. Gets himself on the front foot. He's got Tavernier overlapping him. There's 4 Rangers players attacking. Hearts have got 6 in recovery. Make that 7. So Rangers need to be quick. They're not. Go across the face of goal. Hearts get a touch on it, and Hearts have got like 8 guys behind the ball. One of them just punts it up the pitch basically with a tackle. And Butterfingers picks it up on the edge of the box and moves it to, I guess that'll be Fernandez, left centre back. He's on the halfway line basically now. Shankland faces him up before it goes to Raskin, essentially looking like a left back right here. He gives it to the centre back. Centre back pings it with the right foot, by the way. He's 2-footed. That's quite useful. Finlay gets a header on it. Halkett sweeps it up. Kingsley hooks it over the halfway line. And they've got a 2v2 if they're good, but don't get the first touch on it. They lose possession. And Rangers have got their back 4 with Chukwuani protecting their defensive half. Hearts have got Braga walking, Shankland jogging, and Chesnikov side hopping. They're not really interested in pressing Rangers. They just want to make it hard to play through. So they've kind of taken away, like Hearts aren't really pressing. They're kind of more getting into this type of position here and letting Rangers like put their foot on the ball. Essentially like this kind of area back here. Or really, I'd probably put it more like this. Hearts just don't care about this area. Rangers can have the ball back there all they want. And they're just kind of protecting this kind of zone here. And Rangers are just hooking it long and it's not really going anywhere. Hearts are doing well to win first and second balls, but no one's really controlling the ball to link up passes. Even when Hearts have went forward, there's not really been numbers or really an incisive moment. Rangers have got another corner. If anything, the momentum of the match is maybe slightly in Rangers' favour. You know, Swallow's definitely been seen a lot more so far than Butterfingers. Tavernier whips a corner in. That's a sitter, by the way. That's an empty net sitter. Chuck Riani, he turned his head into a 50p piece, I think, when he headed that. But goalkeeper is not getting off his feet. If anything, he's falling. He's got a relatively uncontested header, but he doesn't meet it well at all. And I say 50, his head turns into a 50p piece. Empty net, big chance missed for me. apparently we're interested in El Fauzi of Schalke. Schalke have just been promoted to the Bundesliga. That won't be happening unless he's rubbish. I reckon this is getting 0-0 all over it. It kind of feels 0-0 kind of now, doesn't it? I think Shankland and Braga are more clutch than what Rangers have on their books or even on their bench. I think they've got the hunger a bit more as well. Hearts, Rangers are they're in the dark side. You know, they're playing a bit more with like fear and hate and stuff like that. Hearts have, you know, they're dark side adjacent, but they've certainly got hope and ambition in their mind right now. Yeah, should have scored at Crichton head. Yeah, totally. The keeper was, you know, even if he hit it at the keeper, he would not have stopped it. You know, that was an empty net, open goal. Chuck Wiani at corners, everyone. Remember that for next week. Oi, oi. Ah, well, it's been fun so far. Nothing really to laugh at. So I'm glad we never called it the laugh along, because I'd have been feeling a wee bit bad that we've not really had much to laugh at yet. From what I've seen so far, by the way, like I don't think this Rangers team are, no matter what the result, I don't think I'd be mad worried about. I'm not worried about them anyway for next week, but I mentioned it before, like the goals they scored against us the last time we played them, the Chimiti bangers, like they're 99 percentile outcomes. Those things don't happen all the time. Clearly for him, they don't as well. Shanklin plays a ball into a channel there. It's a nice idea, but he clearly just could not have seen who was ahead, how it was laid out. So it was just the wrong pass to make there. But in a different circumstance, it was a good pass. And yeah, I don't think if Rangers are going to rely upon goals like that to beat us, I'm not sure they're going to get that at Paradise once more. Scott Olsen on the right. We step over and across. Blocked by Finlay. Scott Olsen goes again. Nice ball on the inside. Moore flicks it on for Tavernier. Breaks into the box. Gets a shot off. Hits Finlay in the face before... Oh, no, sorry. It's Kingsley. It's hitting the face before Finlay clears it. Won the hamstrings. Thank you very much, Officer Feelgood. If you're enjoying the hate watch, let it be known. Drop into the live chat. Drop a fist bump. Let me know thoughts and feelings. We've got a poll running just now. I first of all asked you, what do you want to happen? The majority, sorry if you can hear that motorbike, the majority of yous voted that you want a draw. We've now ran a poll asking what you think it will be as we're kind of watching the game unfold. Tavernier with a long throw into the box here. Finlay wins the header. They get a shot away. That's a goal. Sterling. It's a kind of like, it kind of like volleys it. Like his leg comes up to hit it. Takes a wee bounce off the ground. Keeper is just totally killed by the shot selection, basically. Tries to get it, but he's just not going to. If it's on target, it's a goal. And it was. And it is. Let's have a look at it again. Tavernier. Is that a foul throw? Was there a deflection involved? Ah, yeah, of course. 15 tries to block the shot, and it clips under his calf. Takes a bounce, kills the keeper. Like, oh, he needs go gadget arms to catch that. Look at me, he's raging the keeper. Nothing you can do about that as a keeper when a point blank deflection like that. Oh, he's moving from right to left. Needs to, yeah, unlucky. 1-0 to them. Shocking defending. Yeah, I don't really care enough for Hearts to really. Finlay at least gets the head on it, but it's poor, obviously, because it goes similar to yesterday. Goes back across the face of goal rather than out. I said on Axom today that Ben Negren should have put that out for a corner rather than. Oh, did I maybe say goal kick actually? I said goal kick. I said somebody said I was pure weird for saying that. And I thought, what? I must have said goal kick, and they were making fun of the slip of the tongue there. But that's what Finlay should have maybe thought about doing there. If he's not going to get real purchase on it, can you just like get it out for a corner? Get it out. Fine margins, tough error. Sometimes people, they do everything to the best of their ability. Oh, ref signaling he's been told something in his ear, maybe? What's going on? What are we even looking at? Is that a foul? What? Was that a foul? Did you see that? Shankland ran into the guy who pressed the ball and got kicked. That's a Rangers free kick. It shouldn't be a free kick to anyone. McInnes is raging. It kind of feels like Hearts. I know they're trying to get all their talent into the team. The Chesnikov, Braga, Kizaridis move. Kind of feels like they're missing something in the middle. Rangers' strength is the middle of the pitch here, and that midfield three has been a good choice by them to run with in this game. One of them's always available to the ball. Tavernier's now in the left back position just to take the throw in, basically. They're going long throw. Man, Rangers are trying everybody checking the book themselves, aren't they? Halkett rises well, gets the head off. Chesnikov brings it down. Peels into the wing here. Is he trying to buy a foul? He manages to find Steinwender. He knocks out for a throw in. He's not really got a better option. Oh no, he must have bought a deflection off that. Gets himself a throw in. Look at the Rangers fans, man. We've got them on camera there now. Oh, so one of them's got a little glittery hat. It's red, white, and blue. He's got a wee tiny glittery hat on. Grown man. Can you believe it? Hearts kind of getting back up the pitch here now. When scoring first, Rangers, 44 games, 35 wins, 9 draws, 0 defeats is the graphic that's on screen here. Orcs in full voice, get the mouthwash. Is today the day Hearts bottle it? This would be a bottling if they did capitulate in this game, because I think I know they're missing Devlin, but they've really got everything at their disposal here that they would want to win. I'm not saying Devlin wouldn't make a difference, but he's not like a goal scorer. He's not going to stop that header at the set piece thing, you know. I think Chesnikov's playing wide now, or is that Kizaridis? They've both got big numbers, like 89 and 99. Yeah, it's Chesnikov. Feels like he's more in the wing now. Raskin kind of brings him down. I think they get a Rangers throw in out of it. Yeah, so Raskin's Raskin's fouling him like mad. And is that a Rangers throw in? Yeah, look at the linesman pure looking at it as well. The linesman's right at it, man. It's a Rangers throw in. Braga's talking to the ref like, mate, you're cheating. Braga knows how much this means and he knows how bent that ref is. The ref's telling him, talk to me like that again and I'll book you. Braga must be telling him, mate, you can't be serious. Tavernier's and the refs here saying book him, I think. Can't be talking to the ref like that. I'm kind of imagining, but that's kind of what looks like it's happening to me. Rangers got to throw it down the line. That's wild, by the way. It is a free kick. Chesnikov comes through the back of Chermiti there, but it's way less than what Raskin just did to Chesnikov. Oh, it was Halkett, sorry, beg your pardon, just because Chesnikov kind of waved. But Halkett goes right through the back of Chermiti there. Terry McInnes is like pointing, telling them to do something. There's a Hearts fan with like a maroon Stone Island badge jumper, like kind of mimicking him, not in a bad way, but he's shouting and pointing the same kind of stuff in direction and that from the terrace there. It's kind of a funny image. Rangers play a big long free kick in on the diag. They had 4 guys to try and contest it. They didn't. Hearts hook it away. Game's kind of dissolved. See, this is not what I'd call. This is just bad football. This isn't chaos ball. This is just kick it, get it away, reshape. Kick it, get away, reshape. It's not chaos ball. Chaos ball is like attacking. You know, you have players up in the attacking zone, and you don't care about working the ball through the pitch. You just say, right, we've got players up there. Let's put the ball into that zone, and you 4 guys go and fight for it. Make mistakes happen, go and create something out the situation that will open up. That's chaos ball, not just clear it and work it out. You know, Rangers see this out and win on Sunday. League is done. Rangers winning is only a problem if they beat us as well. Yeah, I don't think Rangers look particularly good here. Set pieces is their modus operandi for sure. Tavernier is now quite central. The Rangers are kind of doing some weird stuff right now. Like Tavernier was kind of middle of the pitch, and Mikey Moore and Skov Olsen are on the same side of the pitch. Raskin's on the left. Rangers have given their midfield quite a lot of freedom here. Hearts only having that two-man engine room is a weakness that they're trying to exploit there. Tavernier's really pushed up now. Diamande and Raskin are effectively playmaking fullbacks. Interesting. Yeah, Skov Olsen and Moore definitely in the same wing. Tavernier's there as well, building it together. Skov Olsen. Yeah, they're putting all their best players on one side of the pitch, and they're trying to get some openings here. Kizaridis has won the ball back on the left, plays a 1-2 with Shankland, is running into space. Rangers are backpedaling. Kizaridis finds Shankland edge of the box. Shankland lays it off Braga. Braga slips. He's now on the deck feeling sorry for yourself, and Chesnikov can't quite bail it out. Rangers cross the halfway line very quickly. I think this will be Chermite. Moore is looking like a striker here. Skov Olsen from the right comes inside, lays it off for Moore. Moore goes over to the right of the box now for Raskin. Have a really good attack from Rangers that's broke down indecision and hesitation. Beningame pressing Raskin and he can't handle it. And a good opportunity for Rangers fizzles out to nada. Hearts also had a bit of an opening there. Rangers had the numbers. Hearts didn't. And that's part of the problem with this, like attacking with 3. If that's the only plan, if Rangers just defend with 5, it's just going to be really hard. It's the kind of thing Celtic struggle with. Like we just press with that front 3, maybe in the Greno support. But the opposition has more defence back there, by the way. That Fernandez has just ran through the middle of the team, played it into Mikey Moore, who's in like a kind of false forward position, kind of second forward. He spins, gets a wee dribble, tries to play it through, is easily blocked. Rangers get the second chance at it. It goes out for a Hearts throw-in on the left-hand side. Kizaridis is going to leave it for Kingsley. 31 minutes, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I really can't stomach either one of them winning. Yeah, I definitely didn't want Rangers to win today. Like, I definitely want Rangers to be unhappy. I don't want Rangers happy. That's my main thing I thought coming into this. Do we have a wee live table? No, not on that screen. We'll get as a wee flash scores. Flash scores is good for live tables. So this is the table as we see it right now. Hearts top on 73. Rangers third, 1 point behind us, 72. Toit. Yeah, Paul Douglas, I think I would go along with you there. Rabbits and Headlights is not a bad summary of it, I don't think. Again, like I felt when we played Derek McInnes, Hearts had a real commitment to winning in the game, you know, where you really did feel that they weren't scared of us. They were going to show us who was boss and da-da-da, whatever. A bit of the occasions in play here. Rangers are defending with numbers and Hearts are not matching that. If this was one of the Celtic games we could look at where Hearts would be a bit more intent on let's go and make something happen in our favour. Been a wee bit of a coiled spring at times. Hearts, Rangers the same. Neither team really pressing defensively. Everything's been contested in the kind of middle 75% of the pitch. If you exclude the 2 goal mouths, basically. Notice how Tynecastle aren't. Yeah. Maybe they're just sad. But yeah, they are all just sitting down now doing nothing. You can see behind the goal the kind of the Hearts ultras. Yeah, you can see all the images of Tynecastle. They're all just sitting down looking gutted. Like pure defeatists, maybe. Or I don't think they're sitting there going, oh, cool, Rangers will win. I don't know if frothing and getting mad about it's the thing to do either. Excuse me. It's not a good reaction. This is when, if you've got a singing section, if you do have a fan group, and this is when you keep it going, you know? Hearts drop points, we control our destiny. Yeah, I think that's kind of true, isn't it? So if we beat Rangers, we kill them anyway. If we beat Hearts, we overtake them. If we win all our games, yeah, we control our destiny. Yeah, it's probably, it's fair enough, isn't it? I don't think this Rangers team looked that great, but Hearts have been the best team in the league, pretty much, except for, depending on what you want to talk about, maybe Motherwell or something, right? They're not really laying a glove. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they're not really laying a glove on Celtic. Pardon me, Rangers. In this one. And if a draw is positive for Rangers, imagine like Rangers win here and then they draw with us next week. Yeah, I don't think that's great for Rangers, a draw. Try to think like Falkirk Hibs, like if they win, yeah, they're then, yeah, we've got Motherwell and Hearts. Yeah. We don't want Rangers alive in the contest. We want them out of it, man. They've had a nice wee attack initiated here with Mikey Moore. Hearts have got back defended in numbers, and Rangers are now just ponderous, so going back to the halfway line. Braga's after the press. Beaton's let play go on. He's probably going to go back and book Braga, but he's just desperate too. You can feel it. Oh, they're kicking the ball out now so he can receive attention, and yeah, he gets booked. Braga gets booked. I bet he doesn't. No. Does like Deckham, but is it a booking? It's Shanklin that gets booked, sorry. Shanklin's having a wee team talk in the middle of the game here. They're good on the players, man. Get together, figure it out. Is Shanklin going grey? Is it my TV? I don't know. Looks like there's a wee bit of a silver tinge there. Dark Arts intensifies. Yeah, Michael, I think I was trying to say something like that. Yeah. There's something about the Rangers team that looks expensive, especially by comparison to Hearts. Like Fernandez has strided through the pitch a few times. Diamande and Chuck Ruani, I don't want to say they've not really broken a sweat, but they've not really been like under threat or, exposed. Raskin's been popping around enough places. Moore and Olsen lively. That's kind of it. But yeah, but Hearts, so here we go. We win the ball back. We bit of a counter, but they've got 2 free guys to attack, a back 5 with Chuck Ruani in front of the defence there. Chuck Ruani does a great job to get them out of danger there, and defence has turned into attack. And by the way, the Rangers have just won a free kick right on the edge of the box. Ref was loving blowing the whistle there. You could hear the joy in that whistle, couldn't you? Oh, go away, man. Oh, by the way, Chesnikov does stand on his ankle. Uses his ankle as like a springboard to jump up for the header. It is accidental. I don't think it's intentional, but he does do it. You know, Diamande has definitely just been used. His ankle's been used as a springboard there. That will be a sore one. But not allowing the game to flow. Yeah, that's a good point. Unless Rangers have got the ball and let play go on a minute ago for that, didn't he? But yeah, he does love stop starting the game. Is Tavernier counting the bloody yards? Making them count the yards again. Rangers players have got a wall in front of the heart as well. I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore, by the way. I think there's some sort of rule over the walls. I know they can't mingle anymore. What a stupid routine that was, man. I don't think they're allowed to do that anymore. Hearts need to find a way of getting an extra player into this game. Yeah, Chukwuani and Diamande they're just shutting Hearts down. 40 minutes, maybe 41 in a second. But yeah, even that Fernandez, by the way, man, he is just galloping across the pitch. Like almost like a midfield type sweeper. Or like an advanced defensive sweeper, you know, rather than being behind the back four, kind of just walking in front of it. Raskin just fells Braga, but okay, we'll just play on with that. No bother. Diamandi's playing out with the back four here. Rangers, again, just will always be defending with 5. Tavernier crosses into the box. Chermiti gets a header on it. Hearts eventually clear at edge of the box. Between Leonard and a few other guys are just not really decisively getting out their defensive area here. And then on the front foot between Braga and Kizridis, they don't quite link up. Goes out for maybe get their own throw in. Yeah, Hearts throw in maybe on their left back kind of area. I want this season to be done with. I can't wait for this season to be over with in so many ways, by the way. But I also don't want the summer to come. You know, like the summer now, it's like that. Like anything could happen in the summer. Like the scope of possibilities has never been wider. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't think I'm ready. Like it could be so. Like we were chatting the other day about how much of a blank canvas the summer could be. Lots of money in the bank, lots of guys leaving, lots of wages freed up, new manager, new look, new refit the team. But there's a lot of things into that, you know. Yeah, yeah. I don't really want the summer to come, man. I really don't. Not looking for. I'd like to look forward to it. I'd love it to be a. But see, after that Brian Wilson statement the other day, where it's like, I hope and expect everyone has learned mistakes, and that'll inform our decision making for next year. I'm just like, man, it's the same jokers getting another chance. Hearts have got a 4-man press on the go here. Shanklin gets a touch on Tavernier's ball, keeps them in their own wee bit there. 43rd minute from the captain. Hearts fans wake up and they're starting to giving it tight to Tavernier. It's dead easy to give it tight to Tavernier, isn't it? They try and throw it down the line. Hearts come out with it. Beningame try to strut his stuff here, but Chukwuani's too much for him, man. That was Diamande even. Diamande to Moore. Moore, like Raskin's kind of popping into this left wing pocket. Oh, plays a ball right to the edge of the box there. A good player gets a shot away at goal there. Chermiti fumbles it. Finlay kind of clears it only as far as Diamande. Plays it back into the box. Some questionable defending there from Beningame. Hearts just about clear it out to the halfway line, and Fernandez and Jigger run it back to Butterfingers. Braga's the only one up pressing. Yeah, man, like Dyson Maeda against these two guys, I'm not looking forward to that. You need to buy a lot of fouls. We need to buy a lot of mistakes. That Fernandez is right. By the way, that's Chukwuani that's back into centre back now. That Fernandez is in midfield. Am I seeing that right? 37 is Fernandez, yeah? Yeah. He might be an actual player, by the way. Chukwuani's back in midfield. Yeah, Jigger Fernandez is back as a defence. The interchange, by the way, between like Rangers' backline's well built. Defensive organisation is good. Hearts attacking, but is pathetic. Let's give the ball to Braga. He's got 3 guys around him. He goes nowhere, loses the ball. Rangers are in possession. Hearts, man, you've just turned into that team. Shankland and Braga are now just running around lost causes. Rangers are just pipping the ball around, like taking the mickey out of them. Yeah, Rangers taking the mickey out of them there for the last 2 minutes. I was talking about Rangers being shattered after the Motherwell game. The players don't look it. Fair play to them. I don't think they've looked particularly good or threatening, but they're organised. They're strong. I guess you could call them focused. Terrible half of football. Yeah, there wasn't really much good football played. Hearts very like it's pure basic, man. It's like literally Braga down here versus Tavernier and Diamande, or if it's not Diamande, oh shit, I need to get rid of that box. It's Chukwuani. You know, there's just always like players back here. Braga's not going to beat 2 of them on the dribble, especially with half the pitch to cover and having no one. And Shankland's not too far away from him normally, but he's normally deeper. Like Braga's one of the higher players. And it's the same stuff as Celtic. You know, you give the ball to Dyson out in these positions here, and he's not going to beat 3 guys and then like go through one-on-one with the keeper. You know, he's going to struggle to get out of this. Needs support. By the time the support comes, you've lost the ball and they're playing through you. Hearts, very disappointing how they've been set up for this game. Very disappointing. Rangers, I'd say they're one level below impressive because in going forward, like, not really threatened Hearts beyond set pieces. Like, open play chances are minimal. Skov Olsen and Moore have had wee moments where you can clearly see that they're amongst the best dribblers in the match. Raskin's actually looked pretty good when Raskin's been out in these little pockets. Sometimes Moore's looked at second forward, and if Rangers are going from defence into attack, Raskin's been in this type of zone. Let me get rid of this comment. Sorry, just a second. And a bit more kind of left midish, you know. And we see between this kind of box back here, Tavernier's been wide, Sterling not as much, but the rest of the team, Moore and Skov Olsen were on the same side of the pitch for a few minutes there. They have a lot more freedom to roam around because with Leonard and Beningame and this kind of quasi back 3, it went back to a back 4 as they've lost control of the game with Rangers going 1 up. You know, they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because if Raskin's going to pop out here, this guy's not going to cover him. And yeah, there's other players and whatever, but it is 11v11. And Rangers being tough to mark. And even when they double up on this side here, Hearts are not going to pull the right back and put him over there. It's some good, you know, Danny Roll, obviously a Bundesliga kind of guy, isn't he? Very German approach. It's a type of approach I'm a fan of personally. And that none of these things directly led to the goal as such, but it's really led to Hearts being absent in the game. Maybe makes Rangers sound better than what they have been, but just mechanically, that is what they've been up to. and it's worked to good effect, really, to be honest with you. Tavernier's had a wee bit more license to, as I say, at times, Tavernier's like in this type of position. And this is maybe Fernandez, it's a wee bit more like this at times. This Fernandez guy is just roaming, giving the rest of the defenders an angle to hit off of because Tavernier's getting wider. All these guys are kind of free roaming and just making it really hard for the Hearts midfield to keep up with. And by extension, the Hearts defence are not going to get pulled out of position either. They're going to be disciplined. And it just means Rangers players are getting big pockets of space. They move the ball well and quickly. They're going left to right quite well. But similar to Celtic, they don't have that penetration. They're not really actually getting anything to come of it. All poo and no fart, as a wise man once said. Hearts are minced. The only reason they are tops because our board gave Nancy the job. That's probably quite true right now. I wouldn't say Hearts are minced today, sure, but if Martin O'Neill had the whole time, it's hard to imagine Hearts would have been top for as long as they have been. So I do agree with you there. Oh, the Rangers. Yeah, they've not been that good, but I like, you can see what the coach is doing. You can see what the coach is doing, and I'm a fan of that. This Fernandez, I say he's one for the watching. By the way, he might be a bit of a player. Diamandi's looked as good as he's ever looked. Essentially, I don't really watch Rangers too much, but he's been very much in the game and all over the place. Him and Chukwueze, there's an engine room there, and Shankland, Chesnikov, Kizaridis, Braga, they're all so isolated from one another. Hearts need to cheat. Hearts need to go. Hearts just need to go on this side of the pitch. Just go for it. Put them all over there. Jailbreak it. Crack that safe open. Maybe they've got options on the bench. I've got them on screen there, Karjota and whatever, but I hate that you're right about that, Mick. What did Mick say? Oh, we're talking about Hearts winnings, Rangers winnings is a good thing. Yeah, well, I think the maths of a Rangers win just throws Hearts. Like, Hearts are there for the taking for us. We've still got Rangers to deal with. So if we imagine we deal with Rangers, the points they're on is immaterial. So Rangers win does kind of suit us, but I don't want Rangers up for the game at the weekend. Especially thinking a bit more and looking at that midfield and defence that they're rocking around with in this game. I can imagine us really struggling to open that up. I can see them struggling to open us up as well with AJ, Scales, Trusty, Tierney. But that midfield battle, they look, yeah, I don't know, man. I want them crushed. I want Hearts to win. I don't want Hearts to win. I don't want Rangers happy. I'll always come back to that. I do not want Rangers to be happy. I did say the fixtures were better for Rangers than anyone else. And if the results go for Rangers' way for the rest of today and next weekend, then they're effectively in cruise control here through the end. Motherwell will beat Hearts. Yeah, well, Motherwell already played Rangers. Even if they lose today, they'll be up for it next week. Nah, they'll be up for it a bit, but it's not the same. They won't be up for it the same as if they're in the mix versus dead in the water. Michael, come on, man. There's we've got to put a bit of a face on it and do it for the fans and all that, right? But if they're dead, we score first. Like, cool, man, we're fine, I think. I know they'll still be like, can you let Celtic beat us to win the title? Fine, but you're just not going to get that same edge of if they're still in the mix, for me. A Hearts win and they won't be caught. It's not an unlikely scenario, but again, Motherwell still play Hearts. We've still to play Hearts, obviously, so I don't think that's signed, sealed, and delivered. Yeah, green smoke, I'm with you there. Midfield battle. Looking at this concerns me. because again, they're doing quite good of roaming and interchanging. I can just see Engels and McGregor getting dizzy with that. But yeah, all fun and games so far. We've had Rangers looking the better built team for this. Hearts had a wee bit more. Yeah, like in the early stages of the game, Rangers were playing with a bit of fear, I said, didn't I, in the first kind of 10 minutes, and Hearts had a bit more like, okay, let's have a go. But the more Rangers had possession of the ball, Hearts morphed back into just SPFL team that wins some matches, rather than the Hearts that we've kind of been talking about all season. But at halftime, the result, what do you think it will be? It's kind of edged towards a few more Rangers wins, but it's mainly ended in a Hearts draw right now. But at halftime, Rangers are winning 1-0. Penalty to Rangers, yes or no? I'll put in brackets or red card or Hearts red. So there's been a few Hearts bookings already, hasn't there? Or just the one, Shankland. Probably been another one. Penalty to Rangers or a red to Hearts. That's the next poll. What do you think? I miss winning leagues by double figures. Me too, Simon. Me too. Does it not get boring? Does it not get... No, it never gets boring. It's brilliant. And this is interesting, don't get me wrong. Well, not this right now. This is just a novelty, I think, isn't it, tonight? But the league is interesting. And that's got its own value, I guess, isn't it? But the Celtic fans, selfishly, are just never going to... It's not going to be a good thing unless we come through it with the win, Our board are handing them 50 million quid. It feels like it, doesn't it? Best case scenario, this stays 1-0 until the 93rd minute and Hearts score. That could be nice. I'd kind of maybe rather a Hearts 93rd minute winner, like just the same as the Motherwell game last week, just a real sickener, a real swift kick to the nuts, like Hearts have been poor. Yeah, I think we're all quite consensus of that. Don't think Rangers have been overly good, but to say again, like I do feel Rangers have shown themselves to be well organised, well drilled, know their game plan, are delivering it, and they do look coached. Even if Hearts lose, the league is still in their hands. Yes, technically it would be. You're right, John McVeigh. Unless... Yeah, okay. Because, yeah, Rangers couldn't catch them after this anyway. Yeah. Hearts have definitely benefited and profited from Celtic and Rangers being who we have been this year individually, Russell Martin to Wilfred Nancy and whatever. But I predicted Hearts to finish second this season before a ball was kicked. And I still feel confident about that prediction, like I think if Rangers had been kind of not as Russell Martin as they were, but even if they'd just been that regular Rangers that we've seen over recent times, I think Hearts would still be like kind of in this position now. Ideally, Celtic are on like 85 points in reality for now. We've lost 8 games this year, man. Remember we used to have invincible quadruple trebles and stuff like that, If we lost a game, it was a pure anomaly, like, wow, outlier situation. What happened there? We've lost 8 times in the league this year. Not 8 times in all comps, It's just crazy, man. Murlick's injured, they might come off. The cream buns will be back to glazing their sausage roll if they win. Well, that McInnes got manager of the year. He's been feeling upwards the entire season. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've got like a professional respect for McInnes because I do think like he has shown to be a good manager, man. What he's done with Kilmarnock, and I even thought the St Johnstone team weren't bad. I know with Aberdeen and he's a Rangers player and been singing, you know, the Billy Boys and all that stuff, right? Whatever. But he's not really one of these guys that's been handed much, you know, in the grand scheme of things. Not that he's really won much either, but I think he's always built good teams. I would also say he's a good recruiter. He's also just, you know, we don't like him, right? That's the end of it, right? But I'm not sure I'd say, like, they have been top of the league all year. And I think even if all things being equal, it was like a regular season and they were sitting second, it's probably still a good candidacy for manager of the year, breaking the Glasgow. Yeah, okay. I'm not making excuses. I'm not making excuses for anything. I'm just saying, like, as a football coach, like, you know, it's hard to argue with some of the stuff he's done in the Scottish game for what that's worth. Oh yeah, I think so too, Riversea. I think they could do even better with a different manager. And I don't think McInnes, no matter what happens, I don't think he'll be the Hearts manager by 2027 or whatever. So even if they win the league, they qualify for Champions League. If as soon as there's a hiccup or a bump in the road, Tony Bloom will not let Derek McInnes have a failing season next year. Once if he does the 10-year plan in season one, essentially. And equally, if they don't win the league, he'll probably get a bit of good grace because of just the season, the way it's went. He's recruited a lot of the team, but they'll have somebody lined up. And as soon as they're done with McInnes, they'll fire in somebody. I think a fear for Celtic fans would be if we don't hire Jens Bertolascu, he would 1,000% be the next Hearts manager. And Jens Bertolascu at Hearts could be wild for the league. Imagine they hired Wilfred Nancy, by the way. Imagine they hired Wilfred Nancy and it worked. Wouldn't that just be pure Scottish football, man? The Mutant Derby. That's a great name for the show today. The Mutant Derby. Throwing his arms about in a mood there at the end of the half. Shankland. He is they are getting hung out to dry. They're making a sub. Is that Spittle that's coming in? Spittle for Chesnikov. Yeah, he's not really done much. All hype with him. Chesnikov off, Spittle on. Spittle's the sort of guy that I think would make a difference in a game like this. Got a bit of X factor about him. He knows the opportunity in the game at hand. Doesn't look like there's any movement from Rangers in this one. Actually, a big second half, indeed. We look at the player ratings from the first half. Sterling in his goal stands out. Finley's on a 52 with clearances made and such, I imagine. Said that no one, you know, Tavernier's on a 50, a lot of set piece deliveries, the final third completions for him. Why is this screen? There we go. There we go. Yeah. But I think if you were Tony Bloom, if you were doing this sort of thing, even look at Man City. The first manager you hire is a domestic, know-it-all, a domestic expert. You know, Man City's first manager when they got the money was Mark Hughes. And what did he do? He signed James Milner and Gareth Barry and Julian Lescott and Shay Given, guys like that. And do you know what? They bloody made a bit of a difference to Man City for a fair length of time, those guys, didn't they? Then they get Mancini, Pellegrini, and kind of level it up, to Pep eventually. So it's very much like, I don't think that's why I thought it was a good appointment when they gave him it. It's like, well, you'll build a bloody good team in the league with him. No two ways about it. Never mind, you sprinkle their stuff on top. By the way, that might be a penalty. Braga's been snapped in the box and Beaton's just playing on, totally patching him. It's a guy down in the box and Beaton is just patching him. Totally turned his back on him. Obviously, he's focusing on the play and all that, but that's just wild, man. That was a snap and a half. Ball goes into the box. Shankland just not quite there for it. Braga presses to win the ball back. Hearts maybe looking a wee bit more like come and get it. Kizaridis is still on the right. Spittle's in the number 10 position with Braga being on the left. So Chesnikov is just a straight out for Spittle. No change of shape or anything. But they are trying to impose themselves a bit more, Hearts. Kingsley with the right foot cross. Gets cleared. Chermiti drops it back to the midfielder, and that's just poor ball. Hearts get the possession. Finlay, Halkett, and Steinwender, the back three essentially. Kingsley really pushed up on the left-hand side. Leonard and Bellingham in the engine room moving the ball between them before eventually finding Kingsley wide left. And Rangers have got all their bodies behind the ball. Passing lanes are very tightly guarded. The only way to play around, or to play here, is to go around Rangers. Moved it out to the right-hand side. Kizaridis has got a 2v1, loses out to the left-back, Sterling, and Moore manages to get the ball and drive up the pitch. Doesn't get anywhere with it, but pretty pointless because Hearts are now back in possession. And it's kind of back to where you were a minute ago, with Spittle on the right wing. Shankland, for me, is too mobile. I know he's trying to be Harry Kane and like drop into pockets and link up and maybe spray some passes, but he really just should be occupying the defence here. Yeah, Shankland, he's kind of arriving on the line kind of now as the ball moves to the left for something. Braga was hoping to get a corner there, but it gets cleared for a throw-in. But yeah, I think I'd be telling Shankland to maybe drop off less. So though it gives you an extra player to play with, if you move the ball quickly, you need him to be there on the last line. Love that, Sean. Obi-Wan Kenobi quotes. Shankland shoots from the edge of the box, gets blocked, comes to Spittle, volleys it over. Yeah, Shankland, he's definitely been like, he definitely listens to Open Goal every week. Yeah. We're not even going to get a replay of Braga getting wiped out earlier on. McKenna isn't remonstrating about it, so it must have been fine, but yeah, Shankland's just moved. I mean, you don't want your striker doing that. And I get if he's going to drop in deep and then the pace goes beyond him and he's going to flick it around the corner. But like I say, he's no Harry Kane. You know what I mean? He's not going to be hitting big loopy diags over the blind spot, you know, over the shoulder stuff, and then making up some ground for an edge of the box cutback. Yeah, definitely listens to too much Open Goal, Shankland. You want your strikers confident. I'm not really sure it's too much of a negative, but I think as a manager, he's a captain, so it's hard for someone else in the team to talk to him about it. Because he's the captain and he's the top scorer and stuff, but bad football. Some of the chat, I can't read it out, but it's funny. It's funny. I'll put the live chat on the screen, actually. I normally like to do that when we're here. Audience participation is welcome. You might catch the comment from McMahon there. We're at 58 minutes and 35, 36, 37 seconds. Rangers are still 1-0 to the good. The football match, it's not really been much of a football match recently. Here we go, Braga. On the right-hand side with Kizaridis, they've put both. There we go. Braga's just went to cheat. Play with his pal, but Rangers have got like 8 guys between him and the box. He crosses it in for Shankland, who had Spittle with him. It's like watching Celtic from yesterday. You're crossing to 2 guys in amongst 8. Good luck with that. Fair enough if Shanklin's one of them, it may be a wee bit more appealing as a prospect, but not by much when you've got Rangers defenders. That Fernandez, did I hear somebody say he's like 6'7" or something? Is he not like a basketball player size? So good luck with that, man. Yeah, the boy Leonard, I thought I'd seen a bit more from him. He's looked good when I've seen clips of him and stuff in the league so far. Quite absent. Biringham's been all right, but Rangers midfield are owning the pitch when the ball got. No, they're putting not they're controlling the whole game, but no one gets by them. And if there's anything anywhere near around them, they're shutting things down. Wee bit of play here for Hearts. I've got 3 guys on the triangle on the right-hand side. Braga being one of them. Comes to Biringham, edge of the box. Comes back to Braga after a bit of a deflection. He gets the shot off, but Butterfingers holds on to it there. 52 minutes. Hearts now looking like they're coming into the match. Yeah, some bad defending from Jigga. Just pokes his foot out to it. Comes back to Braga. I guess a good enough connection on it, but it's not enough to beat the keeper. Easy save in the end, but that'll give Hearts a bit of confidence. Right, let's go. Let's go at it. And again, I get that you maybe don't want Shanklin to stay really high. You do want him, Chermiti, Cruyff turn kind of thing in the box there. Raskin, are you joking, ref, man? Raskin has got away with murder this whole game. He just tripped a guy up in the Hearts box. That is just wild, man. Like, the referee and his one-way bias here. There's just no two ways about it. Swallow kicks it long. Is that Kingsley? Yeah, Kingsley heads it back to Finlay. Finlay's on the left. Scoops it over the left-hand channel. Braga does Jigga with an inside turn. Shankland drops it off to Spittle. He kind of recovers the ball, plays it out to the right. We've moved from right to left. Kizaridis on the right side, cuts inside, left foot, off the post, comes back to Kingsley. Oh, it's a tap in. 1-1. Game on. Told you, Hearts had kind of raised the temperature here a little bit. And, you know, even with this goal, Braga comes down the left, but for the last 2 or 3 minutes, Braga's been over here, you know, and sometimes just mixing up, maybe the mixing it up isn't the thing that as a catalyst is what sparks something into life here. But when Braga's back on the left, it's just a wee bit more. Rangers are having to work out what's going on, cover the ball moving from right to left. They're very lucky, by the way, very lucky that because Rangers are defending in that box there with like 6 or 7 guys. Hearts have attacked with 4: Spittle, Kizaridis, Braga, and Shankland, and Kingsley coming in at the back post there. That is terrible. Bad luck for Rangers in terms of who's it falls to. Skov Olsen reacts to it, and Tavernier. Tavernier's going to rage him with Skov Olsen, but they're both as culpable there. They're both back post protectors. And Kingsley gets them back into it. Maybe the Gorgies, or whatever they're called, wake up a bit now. Can hear the fans singing again now. Maybe Hearts now return to the Hearts team that we've seen earlier this year. Tony Bloom is smiling. And we're at 54 minutes and 52, 53, 54, 55 seconds. Hearts 1, Rangers 1. And Spittle doing a good job of kind of being the grand figure almost, kind of going linking between both sides here. Shankland's still like playing off the defence. And like I said before the goal, like I get it if you don't want Shankland and these guys pressing Rangers, let them have that territory, wait till they get here, then try and engage them, because then we have space to play into. Say we, they. I get that, but you don't want Shankland really coming off the last line here. And then if you do want it, somebody's by themselves with someone very late arriving. So it feels like Hearts have kind of got their act together a wee bit here. And we're at 1-1. Rangers showing some good close control here. Move the ball from right to left. Raskin's still quite in this left mid position, with Moore maybe a second striker here, but they've went out to the left, and Raskin and Sterling have lost it between them. But when Hearts go into the middle with Blair, Spittle, and Shankland, they can't really keep it going. Rangers midfield turns it over, goes to Tavernier before he shells it over. Kizaridis unlucky there, by the way, cutting in on the left foot. He must be quite two-footed then. McInnes. Hearts are singing "We Shall Not Be Moved." That's funny, isn't it? Hearts fans are going mental. How's Raskin? That's a free kick against Raskin there. He should be booked by now. He's been fouling this whole match. Some of them have been given, some of them haven't. Fernandez is just Van Dijk'd his way into the front line here. On the left hand side, Dujon and Mikey Moore make some play, but good defender from the right back. Kazaridis has now collected it. He was going to scoop it long, but it's blocked by Sterling. Heady tennis for Hearts, gets it out. The defensive third doesn't get as far as Chukwuani, puts pressure back on. And Hearts are now defending right deep into that. Oh, right into the corner flag. They've gave away a throw in, I think. Again, Chukwuani, having a guy that's just got that spidey sense to just shut balls down and stop transitions happening is a real value add to a team. Hearts won't be moved off the top if they win today. No, that's true. We're at one each. Rangers, pretty dead in the water. Pretty dead in the water. Not only do they need to beat us as things stand, but they then also need Hearts to have a favour done to them. That Fernandez gets a header from a corner. Tame effort. Keeper catches it. We are still voting, by the way. Do you think we'll get a penalty to Rangers or a Hearts red card? If there was going to be one, the temperature is sweet for it right about now, don't you think? Yeah, not really got too much to say right now, but can you pop the table back on? Yes, of course, mate, of course. Let's have a look at the table. Rangers will get a penalty for the Newell handball yesterday. Should show the Hearts fan doing the wanker sign to Rangers fans on the telly slow mo, where they like chopped his hand off, so you couldn't see that bit, but you can see the rest of it. That's funny. McInnes has given Leonard a bit of a lesson here in midfield work. Cammy Devlin's looking happy. Cheering the boys on or whatever he's doing. Aye, no problem, Seamus. If you want to go watch their misery, feel free, mate. We'd rather farts than Sevco. Have you heard of the person they have just showed on the telly? I've just missed him. Not Rudy Scatcho, but the guy before him. Who's the guy who was on the telly, everyone? Could you put his name in the chat? The guy they've signed maybe or something? It looks like he had a Botafogo jersey on or something, or jacket. Had all that kind of star kind of thing on the go. Craig Brown. I know, Craig Brown. Jim Jeffries. Craig Brown. Apologies. Rest in peace. Hearts signing. No, it's not this guy. Renaud, is it that guy? I've just found a parody account that's saying that James Tavernier to Hearts is a done deal in the summer. Yeah, I think it's this guy, Renaud. Who does he play for? Looks like the same guy I just seen. Maybe later. Versailles midfielder, Tom Renaud. Versailles. It's France. I think it's like 3rd division France. Yeah, it looks like the guy I just seen on the telly. Yeah, this is 3rd division France. Known Hearts, he's probably decent, but former Lorient Academy, they're all right. He's 25 now. He's also not a goal or an assist guy or anything. But yeah, that's the 3rd tier of French football. I've never heard of him. To answer the question, sorry. I know. They're all going mentally beaten. No fun being cheated on, is it? I don't doubt it'll be decent, but never heard of him. He's 25 in France Division 3, I think. Like, although Braga and Kizarides and that have been good, as you can see, like, they're not. Like, Braga's maybe got a bit of potential to go up, because I think his tenacity is quite encouraging. Obviously, his techers are good enough with goals and assists and whatever, but I'm not sure there's much in the Hearts team that's got a big step up in them. I think they've found guys that can step up to here, and maybe you take the chance on them and maybe they can step up further. Maybe that could happen with Braga. Maybe the boy Leonard. I know he's not really a Hearts player. He's on loan from Birmingham, isn't he? But I don't really think like your Kizarides, Jordi Altena. Who else has he even got here? Steinwender, Magnussen, Schwallow, Chesnikov. I think he had a bit of a hype, didn't he? But it doesn't look to be the case so far. But yeah, I'm not sure many. So anyway, guys like that can be useful to a point. I would expect him to be in that kind of style where he steps up. Probably he's probably quite a good SPFL player. Gives us a lot of problems depending on what sort of player he is. But he's not like a pure, this guy's going to go play for Brighton now or Man City or something. No result tonight will be a disaster. Very well said, Harves. There's a silver lining to all the results. A draw is the one that most of you thought you would get and what you wanted. So far, I think a lot of Celtic fans are happy. Yeah, Rangers on the breakout here from the corner. Mikey Moore's done 2 guys. He's got a Skov Olsen square there, but can he beat the men required with the ball? Yeah. Not good enough. As much as I'd hope we scrape over the line with the title, when the fear of the board's practices for next season is outweighing everything. Yeah, green smoke. That's the thing as well, right? Because if we do win, there's a big fear that they just go, see, we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. We handled that perfectly. We spent the minimum we needed to, and we still won the league. Look at us. Pat on the back, everyone. Spend minimum, get maximum. Yay, go us. I fear that too. I hope that the cold shower we've had to this point is enough. But do we need real capitulation to be sealed to enact change? It's a big question. Yeah, so I'm quite undecided on that as well. Like, winning the league might be a genuine poison chalice. Because Brian Wilson, I said it earlier, I'll repeat it again. So there's a lot more of these here now than at the start. But Brian Wilson's comments on Friday or Thursday, whenever they came out, was I hope and expect that the people inside the club have learned lessons for what has got us to this position and they won't be repeated next year, which means everyone is going to get another shot at what you're doing this season, next season. Yeah, they might hire a scout or something. But by and large, Michael Nicholson will be CEO, Chris Mackay will be whatever he is, so on and so forth. Everyone's going to learn from the mistakes and go again. And if they win, any doubt that they had of maybe these fans are onto something might just go away. Do you need that to fully crystallise the result, to really manifest? We finish third, second, we don't win a cup, something terrible, where it's clear that these people should not be allowed to continue. And then the powers that be have no good conscionable choice other than to replace and upgrade. It's difficult, isn't it? Yeah, Paul. I've actually recorded the breakdown. We normally do highlight analysis here on the channel. I was going to put it out today, but I thought because we've got this, I'll probably just stick out tomorrow. But the one to look at, if you look at the highlights, it's an early highlight because it happens in the 9th minute. But Negren actually pushes over Joe Newell, and it's a free kick. It's the exact same push that he is on the receiving of later on. It's around the halfway line. It's for a free kick. Around the throw-in area, halfway line. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. It's a hard one. I've given the board every chance the whole time I've been a Celtic fan of they know something we don't maybe, or maybe they'll get it right this time. There's so many scenarios, position of strength, Rangers are dead, or even we've qualified for the Champions League knockouts. Can we have so many things that they've just totally continuously just dropped the ball on? So yeah, I kind of share that lack of Rangers free kick. The refereeing that's pathetic, man. That's pathetic. The amount of stuff he's rasking away with to give that, honestly, man, it's just wild. Honestly, the corruption is. Scott Olsen's getting substituted for Gassama. Yeah, I really don't know what the best thing. I really just see the Brian. Honestly, like Brian Wilson, that statement was so ridiculous to not mention the season ticket renewals, to authorize season ticket price rises, to authorize the people that are getting decanted out of the safe standing section to also be hit with a price rise and be given no not compensation like cat, but let's give you a free ticket to something, or let's give you an upgrade, or we'll actually put you and we'll put all you guys in the cool box. Or Celtic have got zero grounds to raise season ticket prices. Hearts have got a long kick here. Up the pitch. Headed on by Spittle. Out comes to Braga, but Rangers clear it. They've got a long throw in here. Kingsley moving into position. Kingsley throws it back to Leonard. Leonard, threads the eye of the needle there, finds it into Braga, holds the ball up, knocks it back for Spittle. Right tight on the left-hand side. Kingsley gets to the byline, cuts it back to 5 yards behind the penalty spot, and there's Shankland to roll onto it and finish it. 2-1 to Hearts. I seen it coming because it was on the screen, so I kind of knew to talk it through. McInnes looks relieved. He looks overjoyed. Hearts are all buzzing. 2-1 to Hearts. What did I tell you before kickoff? Rangers fans will be raging at not signing Lawrence Shankland. I knew that was going. I could just feel that was going to be some of the chat coming out of this. Good fight from Braga. Holds off Chukwueze very, very strongly. And then Spittle, that overlapping ball for Kingsley is very good. And Shankland, that's bread and butter for him. Like I said earlier, you want Shankland challenging defenders. You want him in there. That's a good finish. Left footer as well. I did say it, Jay. I did say it. That was going to be the chat after the game. Forecasts and predictions is kind of my bag. It's kind of what I try to do. But I get a few of them all right once in a while. We're not quite there yet, obviously. But love to see it, Jay. You're keeping my receipts. Love that, mate. Game over. Kiss goodbye to the title. Wow, strong words there, Michael. Is that Rangers, you mean? Penalty to Rangers incoming. Red card to Hearts incoming. What do we think? Who's he giving that free kick to? Hearts. Wow. Wow. He actually gave it to Hearts. Hearts edge of the box here, by the way. They'll be feeling good. The Tynecastles woke up, man. Where have you been for the last hour? Sevco meltdown will be glorious. It will be. I'd have been happy with Shankland this season too, by the way. Somebody else said that in the chat. Who was it? Stevie Barrowman. Game of two halves, indeed. The league isn't decided tonight. Oh, yeah. Michael is feeling that this is a Hearts big nail in the coffin moment, perhaps. Beaton's Masonic secret pager will be going Tonto. Yeah, whoever the bat signal is will be going off right now. Hearts play the free kick to the edge of the box. Oh, Spittle takes that well, by the way. And that's why you have a guy like that in your squad, even if he's not going to start, but someone that can hit them. Oh, Butterfingers does well to get across to that. Good save. One for the cameras for him. Big flying left palm. Hearts know that the ref's against them. Leonard taking his time here, killing a wee bit of the clock, setting up for the corner. Love the chat, guys. It's popping off. Love it. A draw. I know I did say I thought Hearts were going to win, and I don't really care if Hearts win. I just don't want Rangers to win. It was a draw for long enough where I think, yeah, I kind of maybe want it to be a draw. No, I kind of maybe want the draw. I fancy us to beat Hearts, but I do think like part of the problem might be goal difference come the end of the season. At the point right now, they're 5 on us, so you need to beat them 3-0, 4-1, something to that tune. If we all win our games and stuff by a goal each or whatever. Robbins for Sterling. Yeah, I think you guys have maybe convinced me. I think I want a draw now as well. I think I want a draw now too, but I don't want Rangers to score. I won't be happy to see Rangers score. It's now completely out of our hands. Not really completely out of our hands, Michael, because we, in our hands, we can score goals against Hearts. We can affect their goal difference directly. Hearts play Falkirk Motherwell after this, before us. Motherwell can do them. Motherwell could do us, obviously, to take some points off them. What I mean by that. So, still all to play for. Hearts have looked a lot better second half. I don't know really what the difference has been. But see now, Shankland had the ball there, kind of trying to release the press or try and release the counter attack. Felt like in the first half, Hearts would have a guy like that around the ball, and there would just be one Rangers player too many to handle. Maybe a little bit like, obviously they're 2-1 up the now Hearts, so Rangers maybe need to push a bit further forward and risk a bit more. But generally in the match, like Hearts just feel a bit more competitive, man for man. I feel like they will. Maybe the crowd has helped them a bit. Have you seen the tweet Fab Rom put out saying several clubs in for Negren? The thing with Fabrizio Romano is like, I don't know what the percentage would be, right? But half the stuff he posts is news. Like it's actually like a scoop. Like he's been told something or he's heard something or whatever. And the other half of stuff that he posts is agent propaganda. So I don't think he's tweeted about Negren before. He doesn't really tweet about Celtic that often. I would say that's an agent post from Romano. If he's not named clubs, I think that's an agent. Because you're Fabrizio Romano, what do you get by him posting that? Fabrizio Romano's got like 20 million followers or something across all on Twitter, and it's probably similar. Oh, by the way, Rangers just hit the crossbar. Eddie Tennis in the 6-yard box. Finlay clears it, or Halkett. So I think that's an agent post. I'm not sure. I'm not saying Negren's not a valuable player and teams won't be interested in him and stuff, but like I'm not too sure how strong the interest will be. I think the World Cup will make or break any interest for him, because people will be interested, if they are interested in him, to see how he scales up to like elite level competition. We've only played Europa League this year with Negren. Remember, he's not had a Champions League campaign under his belt. Beaton's raging. He's like, Rangers are trying to take a corner. What are you guys doing? That's a red card. That's a red card. Chuck Chukwueze just pushed a guy over. Remember when Austin Trusty karate chopped a guy? Oh, come on. Karate chop him, I dare you. Give my decision to make. Karate chop. Anyway. Board lost as a league? Yeah. Yeah. Beaton's getting angry at the player that was fouled. Weird. Yeah, totally. What are you doing getting fouled? I kind of missed that, but I wish I didn't. Your podcast at last. Love it. We're going to be fire tucked next season if nothing changes in the boardroom, says Jack Moan. I completely agree. They are still sniffing their own farts and think that they've got this sorted, and you know, like they can keep doing what they've been doing, but tweak it a wee bit and we'll be all right. Just tweak it a wee bit. I did a video on the channel the other day called Celtic's Dysfunctional System or Structure, and I'll go through that. A lot of you guys have asked for it in the past, like, you know, how should the football club be structured and who is structured and blah, blah. So I did that video a week or two ago. I recommend you check it out if you haven't seen it yet. It's been pretty well viewed and received by everyone that's watched it. But in the video, something I mentioned in it that I'll highlight to you guys now is hiring a sporting director or a director of football, and that's all that we do, is not enough change. It's genuinely, it's just the same as hiring a manager. It might not work out, might not fit. It needs to be a 360 approach. We need to re-identify what we are, you know. Riversea says it's a great video. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's called like Celtic's Dysfunctional System or something like that. It's a week or two old. It's in the ones to watch playlist, which is on the channel homepage. Michael, man, I get where you're coming from, Michael. You feel that Hearts are probably now going to go on to win it from here. Fine, but I don't think it's this sinking inevitability, mate. I really don't. We're not great. I'm not going to get ahead of ourselves here, but just give me a rebuild regardless. Yeah, well, we're going to need one anyway. All the players are expected to leave and all the money we're going to make. Hope the World Cup will be fun. Going to try and get tickets to Japan v Sweden. Nice. How's that a yellow for Fernandez? I seen him complaining, but I think I missed it reading comments. Sorry. I did say, although it's like a hate watch along, I'm not going to be pushing myself to keep up with all the action here. Ten minutes to go. 2-1 to Hearts. Going to be realistic. I'm always happy to be. See, like if I'm saying something, I'm not saying like that's going to happen. Sometimes I know what I'm saying is just not anywhere near reality, but it's what should be expected or what a reasonable person would want. We'll waste the money. Yeah, that's probably quite true. And I'm at the point where, like, I don't like it when people comment on my stuff and say, like they talk to me as if, like, I'm talking as if I'm a know-it-all or I think I could do things better. But I'm at the point where They're doing things so bad. I believe I would clearly do better. You know, like, and it's not because I'm sitting here thinking I'm the big I am or I'm something I'm not. I'm an amateur at this stuff, and I firmly recognise that. You know, so I'm under no illusions of grandeur in that sense. But they do things so bad that I believe a committed amateur would do better. Yeah. Braga? No. Is it Braga? Kizarides has been subbed off. Oh, really? I didn't know that they spent the summer budget early. Oh, Kabori and McCart coming on. Braga and Kizarides off. Yeah. And yeah, that's not because me and Juco James or anyone else, Alan, not because we're like some divine football power or anything like that, but you know, committed amateurs would do better. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that, mate. And it's just views, it's just opinion. I'm not saying like everything's like ironclad or right or anything, you know, but when you look at the real world, what everyone else does, and then look at what we have the ability to. One of you said penalty to Rangers in the chat, so I paid attention here. He's been pushed over in the box. It's going to happen, isn't it? It is a penalty, isn't it? He's beaten us up for it. He's like, right, okay, let's get to the bottom of this. How do we get a penalty? He's not giving it. Is that enough to overturn it? Clear and obvious error. Nah. Nah, bounce ball. Bounce ball. Not enough in that for a penalty. He's ran in between two people and fell over. Hearts are looking nervous. Hearts know that feeling now. They're realising, oh crap, penalty to Rangers. I forgot about that. Just had a wee side shot of the crowd there. They're all like talking to each other. It's weird how they never got it, eh? Free kick to against Trimiti for blocking the keeper. I'm pretty sure if you do that, it's a booking, by the way. Obstructing the keeper from like doing a. Oh, it wasn't a drop ball. It was a got all the same. I think that's a booking. Beaten will definitely be like the kind of like the junkie that turned down the needle, you know, for the first time. You know, if you're jittering afterwards, thinking about it, can't he sleep at night afterwards? Could have gave Rangers that penalty. 5 minutes to go. Are we hoping for a win here? I don't want Rangers to be happy. I don't want Rangers in the mix. I think because it was a draw for like 20 minutes, I got quite comfortable with the idea of a draw and how the table was sitting. I think I want a draw back. But I don't want to see Rangers scoring. Paul Douglas, I watched along for Well v Hearts. I don't know, man. Will we? I'll put it up for a vote. Well, why not, man? This is you know, Celtic fan channel. It's about fans, for fans, all that kind of stuff. So I'll put it up there if we get enough votes and stuff on it. We've been well viewed today. I really appreciate all you guys that voted have came and watched. So if we get those type of numbers on the votes, I'll gladly do it. I suppose. Like, why not? You know. In terms of learning anything ahead of Hearts, I suppose it would be kind of good for that. And they play Motherwell before we play them too, so that could be interesting. Oh yeah, extra time add-on could be funny. Heavy vibes is saying could be 15 minutes extra. Oh no, I've not seen that, Edward. I'll need to listen to it. Or maybe I did and I've forgotten about it, but I don't remember an Ox red card kind of scenario. Or do I? No, I don't think I do. And yeah, well, yeah. If we need the thing about the Martin Miracle that we're on right now is we have lost 8 games. We have not lost in a long time. 4 games in a row we've put together wins now. And before that Dundee loss, that was the first one in a wee while. We shouldn't be winning a league on 8 losses, but we might just about do it. 9 losses will be curtains. 100% curtains. I personally thought 7 losses would be curtains. Rangers and Hearts have managed to open that up for us, thankfully. I thought 8 losses would be too much. It's still opened up for us, but 9 losses is unrecoverable. Someone's down, yeah. Kingsley. A watch along could be good because if Hearts beat Motherwell, we're absolutely scunnered. It was embarrassing to the point he said to the VAR crew that just had to told. Oh, really? Yeah, Jack, come on. We do not deserve it, but we'll definitely take it. You have little faith. Ain't over till it's over. I'm reading comments and talking. You know, like I was saying in the, I can't remember what it was on. It might be the breakdown of the Hibs game, which will be out tomorrow. But my optimism has been increasing game after game, slightly small increments, but it is increasing. Yeah. Kill Rangers off. I'm happy with that. They're singing the Celtic song about Stephen Kingsley. Watching Stephen Kingsley put on a show everywhere we go. Watching Stephen Kingsley. That's a Celtic song. You can't be ripping our songs off us, man. Come on. For Stephen Kingsley. Long ball from Butland into their box. Their keeper just smothers it. Kills it. Like, the extra time watch will be fun. Oh, someone in the chat saying it's 7 minutes added. Jesus, man. Is that surprise? It's on the heavy side, isn't it? But there's been some stops here and there. 7 minutes is heavy, but there was first half added time as well, wasn't there? Sometimes see if there's like 7 minutes, but there was none at the first half. Like I kind of don't mind that. If it's like, okay, save all the added time for the end, fine. Yeah, 7 minutes, that's heavy. Hearts will be raging at that. I don't think there's a genuine 7 minutes to add, but 5 or 6, I think, maybe, but I've not really been paying attention to that extent, if I'm honest. I can't wait to hear SSB. It's not on tonight, is it? Or is it is it maybe on tonight? Are they on live? Don't go and watch them. Stay here with me. It's official 7 minutes. Yeah, it could be a few cards coming here. I wouldn't mind a wee Rangers card right about now. Chuck Ruani, get him sent off. Yeah, Clyde won on the now, I think. Don't wait until they phone in, but wait until they phone in. Wait till they phone in. Man of the match on performance is Stephen Kingsley on a 72. Steinwender, but he's got a good wee shift in him for no goal or anything, by the way. 5 clearances, 3 tackles, blocked across. 6 duels won, 4 interceptions. think he's got his head bandaged up now. He's been very prominent for them. Finlay on 59 isn't too far behind him. Kingsley, the equalising goal. Only 17 passes for the wide man. Quite low volume defensive-wise, but the success rate's high. 7 effective clearances. I wonder what this Chukwuani dual success looks like. 6 versus 4. Not super dominant there. Now, what about this guy, Fernandez? He's not been great, but what he's about, I find actually pretty impressive, having seen him. Yeah, he's been all right. Numbers-wise. Lark calling out, going, the phone lines are melting. Come on, the soap touchers, get a goal. Oh, Jimmy's. We're at 92.5 minutes. See, Celtic should have did this yesterday when we were 2-1 up. We had a sub we didn't use. They're taking Shankland off now for Jordi Altena, I think it is, the right back. You just a bit early, not quite there, but you did. I felt anyway. This was just had it Shankland breaking their hearts all over it. We can still win silverware. Sevco will win nothing after spending 50 million. Yeah, somebody said earlier that Danny Rowe made them spend or got them to spend the summer budget in January. Big, bold move, big gambit. I don't think you do sack him after that. I think you make him bear that cross. If you're Rangers, like Rangers, why go to the expense of sacking him and hiring somebody new and doing it all over again? You hang him out on it. Chermiti knocks it back to the edge of the box for that. Emi Fernandez, but too soft on his ball there. Gets his pocket picked too easily. We're approaching 94 minutes. Hearts are just defending. Rangers have got on the halfway line, no pressure at all. All these big guys are knocking headers down. Hearts are managing to clear it. Not getting far enough. Ultimately, Chermiti into the box here, cleared away by Steinwender. Again, he's had a good shift, man. The numbers really show it, but Chukwuani bosses Kabori off the ball there, shuts down the counter-attack. Asgard on the ball, scoops one in from the left into the box. Headers are not won. Second chance comes back into the box. Emi Fernandez turns and shoots. Is he going to buy a corner there? Yeah. 94.5 minutes. Never want us to lose or Rangers to win. Heavy vibes. I'm in that camp with you, buddy. Don't want Rangers. I don't want to see Rangers score goals. I just don't like it. Seeing them happy makes me sad, you know. Seeing their players sad and dejected and heartbroken, and look at this guy. He's just seen one of them, by the way. Oh, pure ripping it. Loves a bit of the Bonnie Blue. His Hearts fans crying and singing. 95th minutes. Come on, get over the line. I do love seeing their players sad. I really do. It's so good. See when we beat them and they're just like, because they always give it a bit of talk before the games and stuff like that, especially the new players whenever the new ones come in. Love seeing them just being sad. I hate seeing them happy. We're approaching 96 minutes here. Does put a wee pep in your step. I can't lie. Where I live, I'm surrounded by blue beaks where I live, and you know, I've been doing the Celtic stuff now for about 3 years, and I think after the last like month or two, I think a few of my neighbours kind of recognise me a wee bit more than they used to. And not to say things have changed or anything, you know what I mean, but certainly one or two of them, you get that vibe of they know they can't, they don't want to bring up Rangers in front of me. I don't know if this takes it completely out of our hands, Michael. Like, even in the goal difference category, if we equal goal difference, we would win on goals scored. Romans crosses it in. The commentator's so excited, man. Rangers players jump all over each other to knock it out for a goal kick. Derek McInnes ever felt so good than he does right now. Rangers having knocked him down, turned him, overlooked him and all that over all these years and everything. Full time. Job done. 2-1 to the Tarts. Tony Bloom's buzzing. Fair play, McInnes here. He's 1 goal behind, turned around again. Professional respect, or amateur respect in my case, you know. I don't know what they did at half time. Tony Bloom and the Jamestown boys are loving it. Rangers fans to bemoan the non-signing of Shankland is my prediction, my feeling before the game. It feels like it's now reality. I wonder what Boyd's face will be like. Oh, yeah. I wasn't going to hang about when the game finished, but I'll maybe hang about for a wee minute just to see how raging Boyd is. It's funny that they've got so we didn't actually, a lot of these thought we'd get a Rangers red or a penalty. We didn't actually get that. So, yeah, it's going to be good. A proper meltdown. Rangers, oh, look at how sad they are. Look at Chermiti. He's so sad. He's so sad. McInnes doesn't look as happy. Look at there's Chukwueze. He's gutted. Not going to win the league. You're dead. You're third. You're going to be third. I feel so good saying that because I was really fearing that we were going to be third for a bit. Hearts fans are buzzing. Jigga, I think that is. He doesn't look that upset. He's having a wee chat with Kabore, swapping stories or something. Maybe they're planning their night out tonight or something. Hearts players are buzzing. Maybe McInnes is kind of, he doesn't want to upset his pals with the handshakes, does he? Inside, he must be absolutely electric, but oh, Simon, I cannot share that joke. If you had to beat Hearts 2-0 in the final day, would you take that now? Would you be confident? Getting an on-pitch interview with Kingsley and Shankland. We had to sort a few things out. Confidence in what they were trying to do was the difference. Fair enough. Yeah, man. Hearts have come from nowhere to win the league. You know, coming back in certain matches and even in the transfer market, just being shrewd, being clever. It's amazing the gains you can make. Motherwell will take. I think Motherwell are one of our best bets. You know, one of our best bets is Motherwell. Do you know? I would obviously much rather Hearts win the league than Rangers, right? But looking at all these Hearts fans celebrating the now, I'd love them to be so gutted at the end of the year. That would be so good as well. But they're not going away, man. Like I said this to Paul John a while ago, but Tony Bloom's not on loan to Hearts from Brighton. Like, he's not going away anytime soon. So the league being a 3-horse title race is here to stay, I think. Maybe it might not be quite as to the wire as it's been this year all the time, but Hearts are in the picture, you know. I don't think that's, you know, failing any kind of seasons where they've sold like 10 guys and they've got a bad manager for a minute. They're pretty much just going to be what we see of them now for a while. It would be nice to see me kind of sad in that sense because he is a bitter one, isn't he? Yeah, kind of want to see them all sad at some point. Happy to see Rangers fans sad now. We still not went back to the studio. We're still here. And fair enough, man. On pitch celebrations. This is a big result. And like I said before, this is a very unique game from a Celtic fan perspective. I've never really watched a game like that in so many ways, more for like the meaning and the consequence of the occasion. Fair play to Hearts coming back from a goal down. It's a huge testament to them. Huge testament to Motherwell doing it against Rangers as well. That's twice Rangers have blown a lead. So if we concede first to them next week, I would not be as worried as maybe I would have been. It's on Sky Sports Football, McMahon. Rangers will end the season trophyless again, confirmed, basically. Oh, Rangers fans are sad by default. Love that. It's a default setting, yeah. Yeah, I don't really. It's the first like 90 minutes I've watched of any one of these teams this season when they've not been playing Celtic. The year that Rangers got to the Europa League final, I did because I was in the studio. I mentioned that earlier, the studio setup. I'm not going to bore everyone with the story again, but I was in the studio that year when Rangers lost to Frankfurt in the final, and I would be watching first nights were big. I loved Conference League and Europa League, and I like Leipzig a lot. Dortmund are always fun to watch, and I can't remember who else, but there was 3 games I watched thinking, "Oh, good, Rangers are going to get pumped tonight," and they kept on bloody qualifying. I couldn't believe it. So after that, I was like, I'm never even watching European games for them to get pumped. Not that I did that regularly, but I tried it once. It didn't work. Kind of half blame myself for the anti-jinx that got them to the final before Oliver Glasner, the saint that he is, saved us all. Alongside Raphael Borri, obviously. Yeah, they're kind of talking in the studio. I think I'm going to need to wait for it to get clipped up afterwards because I'm going to love yous and leave yous, everyone. Thanks a lot for hanging out. Thanks everyone that voted. I had kind of fun, I suppose. I think you had fun chatting with me too. Tomorrow, the breakdown of the Hibs game is already set and ready to go. I'll just, it'll be live probably like 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. And then maybe like evening, we'll have a wee bit of Title Talk Tuesday and we'll really pick up from what we've discussed today. Where we sit right now, we'll play with the Celtic Exchange, title predictor, what results we like and don't like, what we need and what we don't want, and we'll have a wee look at that all tomorrow, kind of evening, maybe 5-6 o'clock, something like that. Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff. Thanks everyone that tuned in, of course. Enjoy the rest of your night. Rangers have lost, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Hail, hail, Mundo Hoops.